WODAF is one of the partners on the WEACT Project with funding from Global Affairs Canada through Oxfam in Ghana. And our role on the project has been to implement the legal literacy volunteer model. So the legal literacy volunteer model is one of our strategies to build capacity of community people on their legal rights, on issues like gender, human rights, inheritance law, laws on marriage, divorce, labor rights, labor laws, and then some women's economic empowerment themes like access to productive resources, access to land and all that. So on the WEACT project, we have been one of the main leading partners to bring that model as a transformative model. And what we did under the project, over the project lifespan, we trained 126 legal literacy volunteers. And as being a women's rights organization, we usually have a quota for women. So a large number of the LLVs we have trained are women. 96 of them are women, and the remaining 30 are men. So these legal literacy volunteers under the project were imparted with knowledge on their legal rights, social rights, and economic rights through an intensive training for a week. We trained them on the laws on marriage, like I mentioned, the laws on divorce, inheritance, human rights, gender, divorce. So after the training, they were mandated to cascade the information in their various communities, organize periodic sensitization activities in the communities, to teach other people on the laws, and then also they were also mandated to support in case management in the communities. Because we realize that's one of the key challenges, that sometimes the communities are very remote and are not close to state agencies like the police, RAJ. So when issues that really do not require these institutions occur in the community, it becomes a challenge. So these legal literacy volunteers serve as focal persons in the community to arbitrate some of these minor cases, and then also when there are aggravated cases, they refer them to the state agencies like the SHRAJ, and then they also work hand in hand with the traditional leaders in the communities to resolve some cases. So over the lifespan of the project, they have been very pivotal in bringing about change in the community. One of them being that the LLVs, we call them LLVs, they have become like an active watch group in the community, given the work that they do, what they teach, what is right, what is wrong according to the law, issues of forced marriage, issues of children being put into hard labor or doing work that is dangerous to their health or work that affects their education. These legal literacy volunteers have served as change initiators in the community. So when these things happen, they quickly go to the parents of these children to speak to them, and then some of these cases are being resolved. Also, when it comes to issues of access to productive resources, they have been very pivotal in advocating for changes in some of the social and cultural norms with regards to access to land. We have LLVs who have engaged traditional leaders, and as a result, they have brought about changes where now it has become easier for them and for other women in the communities to be able to easily go to the chiefs, which usually was not the case, for a woman to go to the chief to ask for a parcel of land. So with what they are doing, these are some of the changes that we are seeing. And then also issues of reduction of domestic violence and then child maintenance. There were parents, especially the men in the communities, who usually bring children, but they do not take care of them in terms of providing finances for the women. Everything is left on the woman. But through the intervention of the legal literacy volunteers, some of these men are now assuming their fatherly responsibilities, supporting their wives to ensure that the children are taken care of, they go to school and all that. And then also issues of fighting.
Let's talk about today's event.
Okay, all right.
So the project is coming to a closure. How do you feel? Your impressions about the event today, looking at it?
Okay, so today's event has been a very happy experience for me, given that finally we all get to see the result of our work, all the various partners, WODAF Ghana included, Tunteya, Friends of the Nation, NORSAC, SEND, Viamo. We all get to see what we have put all our efforts to over the past 5 years, and we are really happy to see some of the results. We've seen a lot of the beneficiaries here themselves to testify on the changes that they are seeing in the community. And going forward, we are hoping that, like we said, there are still opportunities for us to explore, given that this project is limited to a certain number of communities, 18 communities. And even in the course of the project, you realize that there are other surrounding communities that require this knowledge, especially for the traditional leaders in terms of cases that they are supposed to handle. A lot of them do not know these things. So given that the project has been able to bring change to this tiny amount of communities, we see that there are other communities that also need it, because it could be going on in those communities where chiefs are sitting on cases that has to do with sexual assault, rape, defilement and all that, and women also being impeded in terms of access to certain key resources that they require. Yeah.